Hello student, welcome to another tutorial video from AD Education, and today my lecture topic is Mendelian Genetics, its pre and post age concepts. The topic area is very vast, so I will try to explain all of your subject matters from the notes in a very short PowerPoint slides, but still I think it will extend up to 20 to 25 minutes. So listen very carefully, one by one. I will classify in three different ways. First, pre-Mendelian inheritance, their incidents and their discoveries, different events before Mendelian discovery. After that, Mendelian inheritance, and a very short of post-Mendelian inheritance. The details of post-Mendelian inheritance will be discussed in another lecture. So this is the Uni-II topic number 3. For full videos, you have to log in and register in agrieducation.com. So the index of this particular Mendelian genetics I have summarized in the few points. First one is basic terminologies I will discuss. Second one, brief historical development in genetics, that is also briefly discussed. And after that, a brief study on pre-Mendelian genetics. I will discuss what are the different concepts has been given in that time and how they have conceptualized the life and genes and the factors which are further used for character expression and inheritance from parents to their children. So next one is what is Mendelian concepts of heredity. All you know about this, what are the different characters are there, what are Mendel's laws of inheritance, what are the different laws, whether there are 3 laws or 2 laws. There is a very confusion about that also. Next one is what are conclusions from Mendelian laws. What are the conclusions arrived from Mendelian laws? There are 3 conclusions arrived. Most of us will not know about that thing. And shortcut to remember. This is also very important topic where you can see basically we'll also know the concepts, but we cannot remember that particular ratios. How we can remember that ratio is very shortcut methods. And we'll also remember that different characters, 7 different contrasting traits. Test cross, this is the specific features or a technique that will use to determine the dominance characteristics and post-Mendelian concepts. This is also very important. Post-Mendelian concepts are very basic things I will discuss in point wise. So the next terminologies, you can see here gene. The gene, basically what is this? This is basically the portion of DNA that is responsible for a particular character. As we can say, another way we can say that some factors that is inherited from parental generation to next generation and responsible for a particular traits or characters. That is basically gene. Allele, this is basically a part of genes. So we can say the alternate form of a gene that are expressed in a specific conditions. And we can say this also the individual gene of a gene pair that is responsible for a particular character. It is also coined by Johansen. And third one is genotype. Genotype is related to gene. So from this name we can easily see that genotype is the sum total of genetic material presence within an organism. So you can say that is very important to express all the characters. So genotype is the total summation of genes. Genotype can be expressed in a particular digits or ratios. Next was phenotype. This is also coined by Johansen. Phenotype is the external features, or we can say the expression of a character that is determined by a particular genes. Next one, homozygote, identical pair of allele. We can say Homozygote in the sense when two alleles are in the same types. We can say within a single gene pair, if the alleles are of similar identical features, then it will be homozygotes. If it is different, then we can call it heterozygote. Next one is locus, location of a particular gene. So in this regards, I want to say that in a chromosome, we can see this is suppose one chromosome, four pair of chromatids is there, and homologous chromosomes are there like this. So alleles will always situated in a same position of two different homologous chromosomes, not within the single chromosome. For a single gene, two alleles are there. Suppose A allele and its recessive character, B allele, small A allele will be present here, not in the contrasting place here. So their locations are in the same locus, same situations here, and in this chromosome here the location is same, but the chromosomes are homologous chromosomes, and these are the duplicate copies of these chromosomes. That's why our particular chromosome number is distributed and said as 2n number, diploid number. Locus, the particular positions where the genes are located. The dominant, when a particular alleles, basically alleles are dominant or recessive. Dominant characters, when the alleles suppress the characteristics of another allele, then particular allele is called dominant. And recessive is allele that is not expressed in heterozygous condition. Next, brief historical development is so many things I have stated, and I have summarized only 54 number of very important incidents from where each and every year questions are coming. So you have to just remember, you have to read it, try to remember. All the things are related to, most of the events are related to cells and cell organelles. After that, nucleic acids, and after that, Mendelian inheritance, post-Mendelian, pre-Mendelian inheritance, some concepts are there. Mutation regarding mutant, recon, and cistron. These are the different terminologies has been given. And after that, feminism, post-Mendelian, some discoveries like RT, reverse transcription procedure has been also important, and some of the good important plant breeding events are also there. Genetic engineering events, restriction enzymes, polymerase chain reactions, this technique has been developed, and all the things are there. So I will discuss here. This is the very brief pre-Mendelian genetics concepts. So basically, the major concern of this pre-Mendelian era of genetics is related to blending inheritance. What does it mean? Blending inheritance. That means when male and female gametes, male and female parents basically will be go to intercourse, their character will be mixed or will be intermediate conditions. The concept is like that. So the expression of that particular character will be a mixed type of character, but in practical it is not at all showing that type of characteristics. Even we can see in the Mendel experiments, suppose we can see a pure line dwarf plant and a pure line tall plant. If we cross to each other in the first generation, all the plants will be not in the intermediate size. Suppose this is 7 centimeter and this is 10 centimeter. So as per these concepts, blending inheritance, it will be in between. That means 17 divided by 2, 8.5 centimeter. So actual the plant height will be either 10 if it is pure line crossing. If it is mixed crossing, then in case some plants will be 7 centimeter and some plants will be 10 centimeter, not intermediate. So these concepts are very a mixed concepts, and some concepts are very, very good, appreciable, some concepts are rejected. So Aristotle, first one is Aristotle. He has given the spontaneous generation theory, spontaneous generation, reproductive blood theory, two different theories that he has given. In the spontaneous generation, what he discussed? He discussed about the origin of any generation can be found from sexual, we can say sexual, asexual, and sometimes from non-living materials. Non-living materials. So these are the spontaneous generation theory that is also somehow acceptable. But the reproductive blood theory, it told that male organisms have a pure semen. Male organisms have a pure semen, and that was basically during the intercourse, it will coagulate and it will aggregate to that particular female ooms mixed with the female semens, and basically he told that the female semen will be impure. That is not basically true. And finally, after aggregations, the particular embryo will be developed. So this is a very, very you can say very, very lower acceptable theory. And later on, Pythagoras, he is also important. He is also famous for mathematics. You know also. So he given Moss repertory. What he told? He told that particular male organisms creates in their body creates a moist vapors like structures from each and every cells, and thereafter it will coagulate to female ooms and the embryo will be developed. That is not actually true at all. Later on, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he discovered the microscopes, and from where he has finded out the sperm cells and ovum cells, he has tried to define that particular sperm cells as animalcules. He has given the theory that male body will have a small human-like structure, human-like organisms, that is animalcules, that will coagulate from female and male parents, and during the intercourse they mixed up and make that embryo. After that, Needham and Spallanzani also given spontaneous generation theory. They are the proponent of spontaneous generation. Okay. After that, Louis Pasteur, he has given another theory. Microbes arise from microbes, not spontaneously. He is totally rejected that particular earlier spontaneous generation theory. After this, pre-formation theory. Pre-formation theory, what is this? Basically, according to this theory, male body and female body, this is like animalcules also. Male body or female body already have humanculus like small organisms basically in the male body and female body. They are mixed to each other during the intercourse and make a vitality in the embryo during and after intercourse. After that, Wolf have given epigenetic theory. This is also accepted theory. And pangenesis, gamules or pangenes. He told that the Charles Darwin told that particular pangenes or each and every cells. He told that each and every cells of our body is capable of producing this type of gamules or pangenes that will coordinate and mixed up during the intercourse, and after fertilizations that will give the birth of a new child. J.B. Lamarckism basically inheritance of acquired character. He told that all the animals have the capacity, if some animals will try to raise a particular character. He has given the example of giraffe. It's through evolution, its particular neck length will be increased after 5,000 or 10,000 years. because it has a demand. But this theory has been uh, rejected, or we can say totally denied by August Weismann. He told that particular organisms have two different types of cells, germplasms and somatoplasms. Only germplasms have that capacity of immortality and have transferred from one generation to next generations, and somatoplasm has a mortality. So it is only the somatic characters or body cell characters, only germplasms related genes or factors only transfer from one generation to next generation, and only such characters are expressed generation after generation. So in this way, and cell theory basically what is this? Cell theory is, cell is the functional and structural unit of any. Hello student, how you can get the full videos along with different facilities from that particular agri education websites. You can Google it as agri education or agri educations without space, so that you can easily get particular websites and get access all the things. You can also WhatsApp in this particular number, so that you can easily get the links for applications in mobile and websites. So what you can particular get from this particular websites? Initially, you will get a complete study materials based on last 10 years research particular examinations, and all the notes are downloadable and printable. Next one is notes and mock tests are available in English basically, and Hindi those who want to get in that particular language. So third one is all the notes for 54 different modules have full video explanation each and every modules, and you can get access, and it is downloadable also. So websites and apps available for all devices, you can easily access from your mobile at any time, and you can easily get the information regarding all the plant science notes and videos. All the notes are in bilinguals. Remember, all the notes are in bilinguals, but initially we have launched in the particular English language. If some students are also interested in other language like Hindi, we are also providing that also. The total course fees is very less, so that you can get particular availability for all the economically background classes students. Thank you and all the best.